All right. Happy October 2nd, Yom Kippur, holiest day of the year. Very incredible timing this year with all that is going on. And so super happy to have Moshe on. If you see Chester and Betsy Kilstra, sorry, they were going to come on. They're not physically well. They're 85 years old. So anyways, God bless them. And so if you know them, you can pray for them. They're good people, founded what's called Restoring the Foundations Ministry. But Moshe, thanks a million because you are so knowledgeable. Please do share your thoughts about all things Israel. You're good at this. Mention what you know of, because I saw you posted it too, the attacks, sadly, on the synagogue in the UK on Yom Kippur. So over to you, Moshe. Thank you.
Thanks for having me as always. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can hear you good.
Awesome. Yeah, as always, I kind of have a list of things that are on my mind, on my heart, and but if there's questions or something, just interrupt me. It's okay. Um, yeah, so let's start with the terror attack today. Woke up to the news. It seems to be I'm not sure if it was one attacker or multiple, but they're a car ramming attack along with a knife, like a stabbing. And then they also found on the body of the terrorist, I'm calling him a terrorist,
Yeah.
some form of IED. At least that's what we know right now. Not a lot of news. Two people are dead. I'm not sure if that includes the terrorist or if that's two congregants, but this attack happened right outside a synagogue in Manchester as Jewish people were gathering to pray the slichot, the prayers for forgiveness on
Mm,
Yom Kippur. Uh, you know, the symbolism, we've gone from kind of this demonic spiritual realm to now the physical realm. This, anti-Semitic hate that's been festering on the streets of England, Canada, Australia, all over Europe, even America. It's gone from words and from saying things that are dangerous to actually doing them. And this isn't the first kind of its attack, but this one is the first since England proclaimed Palestine to be a state. And this is important. This is a really important point. I've been thinking about this a lot. England is in a pivotal moment right now. They have
yeah.
two choices. Either they go full force to clamp down on anti-Semitism,
Right.
which includes jailing pro-Palestinian mobs who regularly incite violence,
Hmm.
or they virtue signal, they sloganeer, and they, apologize publicly and cry out publicly, while
Hmm.
effectively doing nothing to uphold the rule of law.
Mm.
If they do the latter, if they let this slide, then the future of England's Jewish community is written on the wall. And that future says
Yeah.
it's time to leave.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. There's no half middle of the road. It's either England decides to put a full stop to this, or they relent and this continues to happen. The same can happen here in Canada. The same can happen in Australia. We're in the same temperature as them. Sure, I would say England's probably more advanced, maybe on the Islamic takeover side of things, but we're not far behind. And so I guess my prayer, I mean, there's so much to pray about in this, of course, comforting those who are mourning and, just praying for the Jewish people in general, the communities in England, Canada, Australia, Europe. But, you know, it, it goes beyond that. Like right now, we're in a time of darkness is spreading, spiritual darkness is spreading. And Christian people all over the world need to understand what's happening. And my personal mission that God has given me is to awaken the church here in Canada to God's heart for the Jewish people, but also to warn them of the anti-Semitism and the complacency that's plaguing the churches, so similar to Nazi Germany in 1930s, where we all know where that goes afterwards. So my prayer in light of this is that Christians would just realize the moment we're in. Because I
Hmm.
believe that if Christians rise up, we start praying in accordance with God's restorative purposes, and we start, vocalizing the problems that we're seeing, the obvious problems that we're seeing here, I think that
Yeah.
we are more than we think. We are not as isolated as we think, but it does take some brave people to stand up. So that's on the Manchester thing.
Yeah.
Um, I guess the next big news, and you guys have probably talked about this extensively, but it's Trump's 20-point plan
Hmm.
um, to end the Gaza war. I'm just going to give you my simple take on this, since my prayer is that this war is gets concluded, and that the hostages come home. Like that's just where my heart is, as an Israeli, as a believer. Um, but obviously, you can't ignore the politics, and you can't ignore just kind of like the broader picture. I would say that this plan is it's the best we can do right now. It's not great. There is reason for optimism. The plan focuses on neutralizing Hamas. It ensures Israeli security through American-led demilitarization, and oversight, and excludes the Palestinian Authority from Gaza. Um, but I don't think Hamas is going to accept the plan. I heard some chatter this morning. People are asking if they accept it or not. There's no word yet. I don't think they will. The only way they will is if Qatar forces them to accept the plan. But Hamas holds the cards right now. They have 48 hostages, or 20 live and whatever's left of bodies, and they'll use that as human shields. They'll use that as a bargaining chip, and they don't care if Palestinians die. And as
Hmm.
far as they're concerned, the longer the war goes on, the more Israel will be isolated on the world stage, and the more people will hate Israel. As we can see, anti-Semitism is just through the roof. The Gaza flotilla is the most recent example. Greta Thunberg leading the way to liberate Gaza from the Israelis. Like, it's such a narcissistic PR stunt. It's everyone knows it, but
Yeah.
it gives people uh, room to hate. And I posted on my social media, one of the British MPs, I can't remember her name right now. Just last night, she after the flotilla was apprehended, she wrote something like expel the Israeli ambassador from the UK. And then this morning, the Manchester attack happens, and she says, "I'm shocked. I'm horrified." Come on,
Wow.
like it just
Yeah.
and yeah. Anyways, it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because people just seem to see right through it. It's like they don't notice.
Mm,
The words matter in this case. The devil
mhm,
wants nothing more than to destroy the Jewish people. He wants nothing more than to distract the church from God's redemptive plans and purposes.
mm.
And that's what we're seeing right now, kind of in a nutshell.
Wow.
Um, I
Mhm.
guess the last thing I'd ask for prayer is just a personal one. I'm speaking this Sunday at Jubilee Church.
Mm.
Patricia, I know you spoke there not too long ago.
Yep.
And I just my Jubilee's a friendly church. I spoke there before. They're awesome. But my burden is everything happening in light of October 7th. And this week I was at a pastor's meeting, and they're all younger pastors, so 40 and under.
Mm.
And I tell them what I do with Israel and my involvement with a ministry called Firm. And right away, they there's no neutral response. In a few cases, some of them said they pray for Israel, and they've been there before. And then in most cases, they say, I can't, I don't know what to do about Israel. I don't know how to preach about Israel. I don't know what to think about it. One of them even says, I struggle with the idea of Israel. And he told me, his thoughts on that. And so that's been on my mind, because so many churches are just oblivious to God's plan of redemption and what God's doing right now. So anyways, I don't know. That's kind of a long
Yeah.
thing. Any questions, or did I miss anything?
Wow. That is actually so good. I'm just gonna